Radio. We welcome you to another edition of Connecting the Dots on DBS Radio. The reviews, even before the guests has come on, I tell you, a lot of reviews already. I don't know why, but we'll find out. Right, yes, we are ready. We are ready for the live. We are ready for everything. We are ready to begin. I'm not hearing myself well. I don't know why, but we'll make it happen. It's a lovely Saturday in DA. Nice vibes on the outside. Nice weather. Cool breeze earlier this morning. I know it will be Charlotte show later today. But let me tell you something about that weather around, Easter time. Refreshing. I have company in studio today and I'm so happy. Just ensuring that everything is in tip-top shape. Okay, Dean, put us on. We are ready. We are ready for Connecting the Dots on DBS Radio. Ready to begin now. Officially, knock, knock, knock. Where are you? Who are you? How are you? Open the door. Open the windows, family. Ouvert by la souple. Parce que nous pas ouais pour le rendezvous. So today, Jack and Jill will meet a Met Parley as the guests. Nigel and Ivona, Nigel and Ivy will hold a session with an all-rounder. Sam D. Pack, and we are ready. Nigel, oh! Yes, Nigel. I haven't seen Nigel. I don't hear Nigel. I hope Nigel is ready when I put him on it. I'm in the Ted Daily studio. I'm feeling comfortable. Our guest is in the Felix Henderson studio. You'll understand why there's a connection. Maybe a Kadas, Creole vibe, but we'll see. Nigel Francis, where are you?
Hey, morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. I was about to tell you come a while, and when you come in, please take the wheel cover part with you. And you remember the little blue testament you used to have at school long time. I hope you still have yours, so bring that as well. Eh?
Mine is there.
Okay.
Mine is there.
Keep talking a while, Nigel. Miss what Dean is telling me.
Keep talking. Well, good morning to everybody. Thanks so much for connecting. It's a beautiful Saturday morning again. Hey, happy Easter from early to you, of course. Tomorrow we celebrate the risen Lord. So we thank thee for everything. So good morning to you, those of you who are logged on Facebook, those of you on the YouTube. Good morning to you, those of course on DBS Radio. And I think we're also on TV channel something, I think it's 56 or something, Digicel or something. We'll get that corrected. But good morning. As always, we appreciate you connecting with us. And good morning to those who are very early on the book. Let's see. I go there very early this morning just to say good morning to everybody. Winnie Green, good morning to you. Always wants to say bonjour to Ivos and Nigel. And of course, the City family. Hey, Alvin Thomas was there very early this morning. Good to see that. He wants to know if there's a prize for the first student in class. Well, that prize would have gone to Winnie Green, not you. Miguel Murphy, appreciate you as always. Grand rising to you, my brother. Thank you so much. Bobby Thomas in London. Good morning to you. We appreciate you as well. And Matthew Joseph, we appreciate you. Good morning. Snapper Laura, good morning. To Ivos and Nigel. You good now?
Yes, we are trying to fix up something.
You good?
Papa,
Okay. Vado, good morning to you as
That's
well.
Of
Of course.
the,
She's there in NYC. Wants to say happy Easter as well. So to all those wishing happy Easter, good morning to you. And those of you on the YouTube, good morning to you as well. Yeah. We also appreciate you logging in and joining in and wishing us happy Easter when it comes around. Nice. In terms of the reason, Lord, tomorrow, but it's the Easter weekend. We appreciate you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
To everybody. Nigel, remember I told you earlier about the Louisville cover part? What is the Louisville cover part again? It's not coconut oil, right? No, coconut oil is real cocoa. What is cover partner? Is castor? Castor oil?
Castor oil? Is it castor? No.
Hey, look, best I bring Jodie on there right now. Jodie, what is oil, no? Is Louisville cover part?
Yes, that's castor oil.
Okay, so I good man, castor oil. Louisville cover part. You have a blue testament or a red one or the black one or the green one?
I have one there. Let me check.
I talking about the little one of back in the day, long ago.
Back
you get it at school.
One. Probably. Yeah.
So Nigel, let me tell you something. I could read that well, but Nigel, if I look at that right now, I don't see anything because remember small print, very very small print. Back in the day when I was younger, I could read that and just open the.
You could just read that.
Nigel, actually, moi.
But if you put on the extra 2, you can.
No, I will not see it. I will not see it. By the way, Nigel, a few weeks ago, Nigel, I forgot to mention though that when I came to work, there were two on the Saturday. There were 2 large containers of breakfast for you and I.
Oh, no.
But the sad thing is that it was the same morning that I learned of the death of my former classmate Steve Laron. So the vibes was just not there. But Nigel, you need to say thank you to Brenda Webster because Nigel, you see that sauce she packed for you and you didn't get, and that fried plantain and no. Let me tell you something.
Why you see what I don't understand these people is?
I don't know. She maybe thought you were there.
Bring breakfast. When I not there, they bring in the breakfast.
Yeah, man, Nigel.
I think it's like both that are telling them I might be there, so they bring in 2 because she won the both for them.
Of course, I can't use my head. Yeah, but it really went down well, so thank you so much, Brenda.
It went down well. Good morning to you, Brenda. Appreciate you, of course. Make sure you have breakfast with me when I come around next time.
So yes, next time I'll tell to bring for you when you are here. Me say their cocoa site in the guest to see if she bring a bottle of Zuti oil, Nigel. So I check it out. I just get a little gift after.
You get an extra there.
Yes. So I'll be on my best behavior because I suspect I might get a package of Zuti oil or something. I'll hold for you.
Okay. You can hold that one for me.
Yes. I'll make sure I'll do that.
No problem with that.
Yes.
How was your week, man?
Yeah, it was okay. It was kind of quiet, very quiet week, I did not go to Monbruce yesterday morning. But hear that, Nigel. Early morning though, I'm dreaming. I'm walking to the cross. Yes, walking to the cross, and singing. Nigel, when I wake up, all my legs are goody. And I had a sore throat. Yes.
You sing too much in the dream.
It's like a lady told me once. I don't know. Lately, every time I'm just dreaming, I'm in the toilet. Nigel, I'm not going for it with that. It's Easter. She tell me she's just dreaming she's in the toilet. It's either number 1 or number 2. So just imagine what happens after. But it.
Yeah,
no, man.
That's what happens when those kinds of dreams come
yes. Just imagine what happens.
Yes. But of course, you didn't make it your usual annual pilgrimage.
What I haven't done? That Nigel. I mean, is that what I haven't done? The walk to Monbruce. I can remember the very first time I did it. My grandmother ensured that I had to walk to Monbruce because it was the same year of my common entrance. Back then, it was common entrance. And it came, just after. It came, of course, Easter is always the month before the common entrance. Not always, but it depends on when it falls. So I had to do that. That was my very first time. Nigel, It's not easy, but it's nice. It's really nice. It looks like a long distance, But when you consider what you're doing at the time, when you feel, the spirit, you feel something, it's effortless. You just go, you just move with it.
It is.
Yeah, it's a nice vibe.
And when you consider, the circumstances of why you're doing this and so on, you don't even realize that you're taking that walk.
That's it. That's it, Nigel.
And then when you get there, you feel refreshed and revitalized and re-energized and everything else. You give thanks. So, yes.
But do you remember, Nigel, when Good Friday was sacrosanct and you had to stay away from meat and stay away from eggs, particularly eggs on that day that were laid by the hen on that day?
Yes,
but no,
yes.
And there was no drinking. All the shops would be closed, and it was just like a somber, a quiet time.
It was, and I remember when I first came over here, and Good Friday, I remember that so clearly, man. I mean, I was like, of course, my Good Friday is supposed to be my Good Friday. Seeing everywhere is open, and schools are open, and businesses running like nothing happening. I'm like, man, what a difference.
What a difference.
What a difference it has been.
Yes. It was very quiet, man, yesterday, though, in my area. Very quiet, but...
very quiet.
But times like before...
Whilst I was there working away.
Yes, people would stay at their homes, inside their house.
I took the time off from 3 o'clock to
yes, and that's good. Of course, you have to.
Went back. Yes.
I remember as well, back in the day in the yard, the curtains in some homes would come down, after the Christmas, after they were up for Christmas. Of course, most of them would come down the next December, obviously. But people who had a little more would put down the curtains, and they would put up new ones, or maybe something that they had the last Easter and Easters before. But so much has changed.
It has, and I think I guess depending on how you look at it, you might say the changes has not brought about the kind of joy that we want, but I guess the message remains.
The message remains.
The message remains.
Yes, for those who believe, of course, in that message.
Yes, and we continue to celebrate, for those who believe. So, what Vado saying?
Yes, best we check the book with Nigel because and bring so we can bring on our guests.
Yes, just saying that in New York is the same thing. She missed it. She can't take a walk. But it's different. But of course, she still celebrates Easter. Carol Anthony, good morning to you in West Palm Beach. We appreciate you, of course. Petrol Abadi, good morning to you. They want to let us know it's castor oil.
Okay, yes, nice.
Vado say you have a Zooty package coming, don't worry. I don't know who giving it to you.
Papa.
Anthony Simon up there in St. Croix, good morning to you. We appreciate you logging on as well. And let's see, blessed and spirit-filled Easter to each and every one. Barbados is locked on. All right, G. Skinner, we appreciate you in Barbados. Thank you so much. All right, our friend in Germany says, Germany is here. Good morning to you. We appreciate you. That's in the YouTube people. Good morning to you. Let's see. Good morning, Ivons and Nigel. You always make my Saturday. Well, we appreciate that. Thanks for making us make your Saturday. And then this other person here, J. John says, looking forward to hear what Jody has for my skin. A little early. Yes, she will tell you what to do for your skin, depending on what your skin has. I don't know, but we'll find out from her as well. And yes, so good morning, and lots more. We appreciate you guys as always.
Of course.
Yes, Jody is going to give us lots of reasons why
stories here today,
things and lots of stories to tell.
Stories here today, Nigel. Stories.
Nigel,
in fact, when I posted the flyer, Nigel, on Thursday, Nigel, I check in. What is this? Nigel, messages, but not just messages. Like when you post a flyer, someone would either like it, but Nigel, I saw more than likes. I saw messages, really, from people, a lot of people, and then of course when the time had expired, I had to post it again, and it's the same thing, Nigel. So I guess Jody is very popular. Yeah, what I'm saying, I guess. Anyway, Nigel. So we saw who's on the book already. Any detentions, any demerits? Is Alvin there? Is Alicia Griffith there?
We we don't normally give Sonia.
Okay, we can
might have to give her, but we'll give her a pass.
I think it's because of today, Sandy Park,
Yes,
we
today
can
is
leave
one
that
of those
alone.
days,
Yeah.
it's Easter
We can-
Saturday,
yeah,
so
yeah.
we understand.
Yeah,
So we'll
no,
give Sonia Williams a
okay.
pass. But good morning to you, Sonia. We appreciate you logging on this day.
I agree.
But we'll give her a pass
Yes.
because today is, we understand.
Yeah.
Randy Tierney, good morning to you as well.
Yes.
In the Bronx.
Yes.
Yes,
All right. Dominica Corner now.
Ocean of Thoughts is Roslyn.
Roslyn,
right?
yes.
All
Roslyn
right,
Severin
Roslyn,
McLean.
good morning to you. She has a message of Easter remain. It's like any other day of work and business in other parts of the world. And she tells us about her first experience in working Easter weekend. Yes, we understand that. Josephine Johners, good morning. Nigel City, the family and guests. Okay. Dominica Corner?
Yes, my turn. My turn, Nigel?
Yes, your turn.
Okay. What are you going to ask him then?
No hard questions. Today is Saturday, Easter Saturday. No hard questions.
What that thing again? What is nettle growth elixir? Something like that? What is that? When you hear that word, what comes to mind? When you get the answer, that's so easy. We even say it already. How many times we only started? Right?
What is what again?
Nettle growth elixir. I think that's the name.
Nettle growth elixir.
What is that? When you hear that, what immediately comes to mind?
Jodie.
Okay. So Jodie is you're right, but give me the name.
Of course, Jodie Dangleben. I finish if you're right there.
Anybody get an answer on the book?
Can I get an answer on the book, please? What is nettle elixir?
Nettle growth elixir.
Nettle growth elixir. Yes.
Elixir.
Apart from Jodie Dangleben, what else is it? Help me out there, please.
You want a clue?
Oh, I said that.
Well, when you say Jodie Dangleben, that's a clue, eh? Jodie has changed the name with all of that. You get it, Nigel? Just give me the answer then so we can move on and bring on Jodie.
Zootina.
Okay, Zooty oil. Very good, Nigel.
I was waiting for Jodie to give me the answer. But
yes.
Oh, somebody answer me to it. Alvin, thank you. Alvin told me Zooty. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I suspect, Nigel, Alvin always gives you answers,
Well,
so
no one
I need to investigate that.
Quietly and tell me that's the answer, but don't say it. Bobby Thomas also tell me Zooty as well. So thank you, Bobby.
All right.
As well.
Next question, quickly. Remember back in the day, when we were younger, what plants or more so leaves we commonly use in baths to sort of treat itching, to treat things like eczema and skin conditions?
Yeah, man.
They put us in a basin of water. So what is the name of that plant or that leaf, as I said more so?
The name of the plant or that leaf, man. What?
Let me put on Jodie in my case so she can give you a help there. She remember.
Yeah, boy.
Jodie wasn't at them days there, nah? As in Jodie's too young for that.
I bathe my son with that too.
Okay.
My mother used to make me
But
drink the water.
We papa.
We say it in church. The first part of the word, we say it in church.
I know the thing, man.
Something to God. What do you
no,
say?
we
Something to God.
I know you see that.
Right.
Glory see that.
Glory see that, right.
Help me out,
Yes. Yes, no, it's in Nigel Wiki.
She thinks she's catching me this morning. She's kind of hard questions to give me this morning.
Okay, easy question. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Name two popular sports at Easter time back in the day, particularly in the 70s and 80s. Around Easter time.
Do they still fly kites?
Some people
fly.
do.
I wonder if they're still flying kites.
Jodie must set up something, kite flying. Yeah.
Do they still
bring that back?
Have you seen that?
A bit, not so much. Not
but
like
the kites that you can go in the store and buy.
No, but
not
last year I actually made a kite with my plastic bag and my cocoa stick. Yes,
Trust
and
me.
thread.
And your
flower bag.
And, so on.
And kites making cool tets. Do you remember those days?
Yes, the tail too long. Oh, man.
All right.
I think we should have a kite festival.
Next question. Okay, you're going to ask him. Name two. In fact, name four. Name four.
You went from four.
That's where you don't know what I'm going to ask you. That's easy. Name four well-known members of the Dublin family. I mean, that's easy. That's
Hey,
too
Doc.
easy,
What's up, Doc? Dr. Dublin, good morning to you. Appreciate you as always. Dr. Damien Dublin. Then we have Joseph in Dublin. Good morning to you. We appreciate you as well. I know I'll be in SMA, the smartest man alive. I'll get the answer.
Yes.
Sorry. And of course, the brother Desmond as well. Good morning to you. We appreciate you as well. All of them is dinner. No, all of them not dinner. Because Desmond, Damian, Josephine. No, that's not a D. So, how many you asked for?
4.
Okay. 4?
Yeah, just one more.
I don't go and put Jodie in that, but she's a Dublin.
Good morning to you,
Jodie. Of course, she's a Dublin.
Yeah, no, leave out Jodie for a while. Leave out Jodie for a while. One more.
Leave out Jodie. Another Dublin.
Yes. You want a clue?
All you help me.
You want a clue?
Yes.
She's on DBS radio. I just give you one. On once a month on a Sunday at 1:30. She's very much instrumental in helping to groom young people, particularly young girls. What can I
particularly
say?
guys?
Yeah. Well, Nigel, I don't know you, boy. You're good, you know. You're too good.
Joseph, good morning.
Joseph?
Yes.
Joseph, Dublin, mama de we for. Dublin, mama de we.
Oh, Dublin.
Okay, let me give you a clue.
No, not
M.
Mind.
The first letter of her name is certificate.
Is that if I want?
M is the first letter of her name.
You catch me this morning.
Marcia. You should know that. I mean, come on.
Boy, Marcia gonna make noise with me.
Anyway, so that's it for the Dominican corner.
I'm in trouble.
Yes. Oh no, one more. True or false? Listen to that. True or false? Jodie Dublin Dangleben is going to sing for us today. True, right? Nice. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Yeah, boy.
Yes, I want she's singing her product. She have a song for it now.
Yes. Boy,
Yes,
let me
so
tell you
she shall
something
sing.
there.
She shall sing.
I put on my phone the other day.
I am very sorry, Marcia. Good morning to you. Trouble I wanna put me in.
So Nigel, I put on my phone the other day and I'm seeing my good friend. He just sing like Celine Dion. And he inside my Jodie singing about no voice. Anyway, we'll get to that part when we bring Jodie. Because I want to delve into that area, you know, in terms of how she brings out advertisement, she does it differently. So we'll go there. But it's time to bring her on officially. And that is program number 2, right? Program number 2 with Jodie Dangleben. We had you remember when we had her on? Nigel? What
it's been a while though, right?
Wasn't it last year, no?
No, man.
Wait,
that was a couple years ago, maybe 3 or so.
No, a couple years ago. We got her on very early, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, between program 1 and program 2, this duty lady has been tremendous strides. She has broken
between then and now. Oh yes.
Oh yeah, she has done so much. But then again, you know, she's a civil engineer, so she has no difficulty in chatting her way, you know, forward where advertising is concerned and laying the foundation and everything like that. But we'll get to that. She has grown by leaps and bounds, and I really want to congratulate Jodie because we have seen a lot of Jodie. So like Jodie's in your face every time, you know, especially if you're on social media, you know, and you go on Facebook and you go on, you know, all the platforms, and Jodie is always there, and that's very good. Zafama Dublin, you know. Yes. So Nigel, we're gonna bring her on.
Yes,
Nigel talking about bringing Jodie on yesterday morning. So after I get up and my leg was, you know, cramp, agudi and all of that after the dream, I prayed, you know, to the Most High. We had a nice conversation. Then I go and put on my phone. Nigel, I saw somebody dancing in like a yellowish, goldish dress. Nigel strokes that. So I said, well, why is that for me? A Good Friday? So I said, well, that wasn't like Jodie, yeah. But I said, I don't think Jodie would have sent this, you know, around that time. But the person dancing to a bouillon beat with a guy, you know, really, really dancing.
If a nice gold.
I was about to call my Dublin, but I said, no, boy, let me look closely. That's not Jodie. No, boy. But, yes.
Nice gold dress.
Boy. But anyway,
yes.
But Jodie has certainly redefined, you know, what it means to balance family, to balance career, to balance, business, influence and things like that. And that is what we'll delve into and more, because there's a lot more to Jodie. Jodie is not just this zooty lady, as a lot of people know her as. They have changed her name. Jodie is much more than that. So we will look at certain areas. When we had the discussion with Dr. Lenora Favre-Drago recently, and we were looking at women's health, and we touched a little on men's health as well, I was saying that, somewhere like Jodie too, we could bring, another side of it. So I want us to stay on that a little. But it's really, really a pleasure to bring on Jodie Dublin Dangleben. Right, Nigel?
It is. And welcome to you, my dear. We appreciate you connecting
Thank you.
Saturday.
Yes,
And
Thank you for having me
good
again.
to have you here. Yes. Happy to be back again and share with us and share your story, and more so share what you've been doing, and to help those who are out there trying to navigate through some stuff. Give them a little bit of suggestions here and there, and to help give support as well to the others. I know we've passed International Women's Month, but still happy Women's Day to you, because it continues.
Oh yes,
and we like to celebrate our women still, so that's important. So welcome, my dear.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. A little tired, although I got some rest yesterday. I was so grateful for that. But, I have a lot doing. So anytime I can get to rest, So yesterday was a good day for me.
And rest is important in the whole scheme of things, right? Because you very early, we're going to go to your story for those who don't know. But very early, does rest play a part in your health and in your, in the way you look and all that?
Oh, definitely, because you can try everything, eating healthy, you can go to the gym, you can exercise, but your body needs to recuperate, and that time is the time that your body deals with all the toxins and gets rid of old cells. And so sleep, rest, deep sleep, because sometimes people tend to think, I take a little 2-3 hours, but no, we really need deep sleep, what they call REM sleep, for those sort of activities, the healing of your body to occur. So it's really important that we do get at least 6 to 7 hours daily.
Yeah.
All right, let me remember that. Yes.
Imagine you don't get close to that.
I am earliest tonight. I'm going to take 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I try to when I can. Definitely. I try to. I try to. So Jodie Dublin Dangleben. Let's start with the story for those who don't know. First of all, what part of Dominica are you from? We always ask that first.
Yes, that is a loaded answer.
We're ready for a loaded answer.
Because just recently I had that discussion about where are you from. So somebody said from Roseau. And so people ask me from Roseau there. Or you from Jimmy? You don't know. In that Jimmy is a newer development. So I said, my dad is from Maho, and I lived in Maho for some years, and then I lived in Massac. So I consider myself a Maho Massacian. And then my mom is from the north, Vekas, Portsmouth, so I have roots there as well. So yes, so I'm from everywhere. A little piece of me is from everywhere, but primarily Maho Massac.
So Nigel, you heard that's a Maho Massacian.
Yes. We have a new thing now, Maho Massac. Yes. Good morning to all those from Maho and Massac. We appreciate you. Great tribute, by the way.
And then my power likes to say I'm a Granburian as well, because by injection.
You heard that, Nigel? A power. It's a what? I haven't heard that. Power. And then.
Well, long I haven't heard that. You will be a power. Yes. A power and then.
So you said I'm Granburian by injection, Papa.
All right. So you Granby, Maho, Massac, and Vekas, Portsmouth.
Yes.
All in one. You say you're Dominican. That's it. So the early years of Jodie, most of it was spent in what? Maho Massac?
Maho Massac, yes.
Okay. Yeah. What was that like for Jodie? For those who didn't hear her story the first time around, just kind of put it together. What was it like?
I loved living in Maho because on my dad's side, all my family was there. My aunts, my uncles, so all my cousins, we grew up in the same house. So that was really special for me, getting to share, those formative years with your family. And we lived right next to the sea. So we were always in the sea. My uncle used to bring us out, to the beach. And so I really enjoyed that time of my life. it has really made an impact in terms of our relationship, in terms of my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. So we actually lived together in one house. And when we got older, my cousins and I were discussing, but how all of us fit in that house, you know? But it was really a nice time. We got on well with each other. And you know, that just that family bond is really important. I think it's something that's lacking now. I mean, everybody has their own home. Sometimes you don't get to live with your grandparents or your uncles or your cousins. So that bond sometimes is not as strong as how it used to be back in the day. So I really appreciated that I got to spend that quality time with them. Even though I was a bit younger, but it really sort of formed that bond from early on. So I really enjoyed that. And then I lived in Massac. I lived in Kaye Road. So Kaye Road, well, given the name, it was full of rocks. It was stony. So yeah, we raised up in Kaye Road, Formagé, Lower Formagé. And that was a good time as well. Always in the sea too, always playing sec. So it was a hill that I lived on. We'll have the sec and be rolling down the hill with our sec. You know, it was good. Play rounders. We played hopscotch with, there was a flower we used to call rice. It was heavy, so when you let it go, it just used to slap on the ground. So we used to play, you know, rounders and cricket. We had a community center just at the back of Mams. So we'll have a lot of shows, you know, Christmas shows or papi shows, little talent shows, and play all rounders. So it was a fun time. I enjoyed growing up.
Right. Interesting.
Yes.
Nigel. So we're gonna get stories.
We are, because I trying to imagine Jodie running around Mahu Massac, because she seemed to be somebody that used to be running around a lot, like always involved in activities. Is that so?
For sure. Especially the sporting activities too. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing sports from a young age. Yes.
I would say Jodie was a quiet girl, and then she branched out into well. Anyway, we'll get there.
No, I
but
don't
that's
think
interesting.
she was ever quiet, no?
Yeah, you don't. Weren't you quiet at some point, Jodie?
I
when you
believe
were
I
young?
was. I was a little bit shy when I was younger. Yes, I was. Yes, a little bit reserved. So yeah, it took a lot to get out of my shell.
Okay, all right.
That's good. So because we have so much to cover, so we don't, you know, normally we spend a lot more time on the growing up and everything.
Right.
But we can still spend a little time on it here, because for those who did not hear the first program.
Yeah, for those who, you know, didn't hear a couple of years ago,
Yes.
they might wonder, who is this girl Jodie, you know?
Yes.
So after Mahu Massac, which primary school was it? Massac
I actually went to Convent Prep because my mom, as you know, was a teacher at Convent High. So it was easier for her to have me in her foot. So she'll go to work with me. I just attended Convent Prep. And a lot of people that I meet now that she taught maybe when I was like a toddler always remember me, because I always used to run up from Convent Prep to Convent High during lunchtime to get my lunch from mom. So a lot of people know me and I don't know them. Yes, I went to Convent Prep. I did, well, in those years they skipped. So I think I skipped grade 6. So I went on from grade 5 to grade 7. And I started very early. I started kindergarten at 2 years. And I always tell people I doubled kindergarten. But it wasn't because of academics. It was just that I started very young. So I stayed 2 years in kindergarten, and then I skipped grade 6 to grade 7. Sat common entrance. I remember common entrance, boy, that was really stressful. I think that was the first stressful experience in my life. My mom used to say, you're bright, you know, but you doesn't take your work seriously. I really wasn't a studious person. I think I retained information very quickly and easily. So once I paid attention in class, then that was good for me. I didn't have to go in my book and study and read. But she said, you know, you can do much better. So I never used to place, you know, like during the term, the first, second, third. But when it came to common entrance, they always remember that I tell Daddy, they used to have like a list. So I told my dad, Daddy, I'm going to be on the first page, you know, you don't have to flip page, you know, to see my name for when those common entrance results came out. And so said, so done. I think I came out 15 in the island. So when it came to actually doing the exam, I excelled. But in class, in school, during the term, all Jodie was concerned about was playing and running around. You know, and then after convent prep, I went to the convent high. I graduated in 97. I was only 15 years, so I sat CXC at 15 years. And again, I did very well. I think I got 7 1s and a 2. Yeah, something like that. Yes. So my mom, I remember, that was another stressful period because I didn't like to study. I didn't like to read. And my mom at that time was giving accounts classes on afternoons. So instead of just waiting for and doing nothing, I said, well, let me just join in the afternoon class. And it was just to pass time. I wasn't really interested in accounts, but I actually got a 1 in accounts. I remember I was sitting at the table. I was playing like I was studying. I wasn't actually studying. And my mom gave me one lash behind my head. Study, girl, study. I said, you see, mom, you hit me for nothing. Look, I get a 1 in accounts.
Interesting.
What was it like though for you, the fact that your mom was a principal and you were there in the school and so on?
It was fun, you know, because I think she actually taught me geography in 3rd form. And you know, usually we'd say miss, you know, to our teachers, we'd say miss. But I mean, I saw a customer calling her mommy. I just say mommy, so all those children would started to call her mommy in the class.
Interesting.
Yes.
Were you involved in sports as well at high school?
Yes, very much so. I was the captain of my sports group, St. John's the best. We won this year again. So we're still very much involved because I think we had an alumni sports event last year at the convent high. So all the old girls came and we had this competition, and I'm very competitive. I maybe took part in every event there was. I was also on the netball team in school as well, goal defense, played netball. So I love sports. I did a little bit of track as well. And I think I actually did track. I think it was Mr. Low, black boy. Not for a long period, so it's not really clear in my mind, but I did a little bit of track at convents as well. Yes.
All right.
And during that time, was Jodie still reserved? She was already starting to like...
I'd say a bit still.
You had not thought of your shellers yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Nigel, we'll get to that point.
What were some of the fun memories at convent?
Convent, I remember we took a trip to Guyana, so I will always remember that. I think that was the first ever trip that the school had. I think we maybe were in 4th or 5th form, and we took a group of us, I think it was about 30 students and teachers. We took a trip to Guyana where we visited the bauxite plant, because at that time we were actually studying how, bauxite was made at the bauxite plants in geography. So it was very interesting to actually see the process firsthand. I think we also visited a sugar plant as well. So yes, I was very interested in convent. And we had a few teachers who taught us singing, like Mrs. Tulaw, who is alive and well. So if Miss Tulaw is listening, I'd like to say hello and thank you so much. She taught us singing. Mrs. Agar taught us singing as well in the choir. And we also learned craft. So we actually did crocheting in school. I remember 1st, 2nd form. My mom was the one who taught me crochet. My grandmother was very good at crocheting. She knitted my sweaters when I was a baby. She knitted everything. We still have a drawer full of all her crochet and stuff at home. So she was very good with her hands. My mother say, Zafa Guama. Not her. And a lot of people say that as well. Father Elvio, who is our family as well, he say, you're really your grandmother child, because she was the one to, be doing all those things. She was good at cooking. She used to do weddings for people, do their decor, everything. So Yes, so I'm my grandmother's child.
You are.
So I
Do you
really
think
enjoyed convent for that, for the practical things that they taught us.
Yeah, as you mentioned that, do you think that's something that we need to get back into the schools, like the non-academic stuff?
Definitely. And even if it's not in the schools, but there are so many different programs that are available privately. I know there is the sewing class that is Vice Couture. She actually offers sewing class to children. And a friend of mine, her son, I think he was maybe about 7 or 8, he did sewing and learn the basics, hemming, that sort of thing, maybe tacking a button. So it doesn't matter what gender. I think those are basic skills that every child should have, and the parents should take it upon themselves to make sure that they learn those things, even not from them, but maybe put them in some.
I remember
school.
back in the day at school we used to do crochet and antimacassar and macrame.
Right,
and
macrame,
things like that.
right.
So we used to do a lot of things back in the day.
Yes.
That the young people should be doing now. So we can always bring back those things, but I'm not sure if anybody's offering like crocheting classes and things like that.
Not sure, but you can learn that so easily
It's
on
easy
YouTube.
now, especially right. I was just about to say that back in the day, I tell you had to go and get someone to teach you to do things like that. But now you just go and open a shop.
No, you just go on there. Yes, my daughter does that. She just both of them, they started doing their own crochet on their own, and then she all have a little thing there. You see, she make a nice.
Oh, nice! That's lovely.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, nice.
So they went on YouTube and figured it out, and they're doing all their thing, and then they have me as well practicing it there. Looking at it, put one stitch in, stitch out, bring your finger twice, and bring the rope out. And the problems they're giving me. So yes.
Yeah, so let's stay around that time. So, what about the community though? I mean, we were talking about convent. You went to convent prep, then you went on to convent. What about the community? Because you said you're Mahoy. How you call it?
Yeah, Mahoma Sakian.
Mahoma Sakian. Yeah. What was the community like?
Oh, it was lovely. I remember my neighbor Magadi, God rest her soul. Magadi.
Okay.
Very lovely lady. She was my neighbor. She cooked really well. So every time you see she was bubbling a pot and I smell that, like it just felt so homey. And that is one thing I really loved about her. She was so welcoming to all the children in the neighborhood. I would actually go to the garden with them. And that's where I even learned about some different plants like the coffee, dashing. They had a lot of different plants growing. And we also had what we call, I can't remember the name, is family something. We had a little situation, it stemmed from the church, where we will have meetings, like family meetings, every week, I believe, at someone else's home, and everybody will come together there. We'll have little sandwiches, little drinks, and we'll talk about, our spiritual life and all those sort of things. It was really nice. It was a really nice time. It was a time to get to really know about your neighbors and to form that bond. And back in the day, like, everyone were custodians of each other. You could see a child maybe doing something wrong, and you felt that you had that responsibility to correct them, So it was a really nice community in that sense, that everybody looked out for each other. We didn't have TV. Well, I think we had TV, but all we used to watch on TV was BT. I remember clearly Channel 25. As I reach home, I'll switch. And maybe that's why I got the love for dancing and singing. But besides that, we played a lot. We went to the sea a lot. We always enjoyed our time together as children doing those sort of activities. So sports, playing, going to the garden, cooking together. I remember one time my friend Kamli and I said we decided we were going to make cheese straws. Those cheese straws, they were ugly, but they were tasting nice. Each one had a different shape, but they would taste it. So, just coming together and doing things with each other. Would you also
visit Vekas area? I think you said your mom is from that
No,
area.
so my mom moved from Vekas when she was pretty young. So most of her family is there, but she really grew up in Portsmouth. Okay. And then she moved at an early age to Roseau instead. So she doesn't really have, she has a bit of connection up there, but not so much. So we know, I maybe like my uncle Cletus and Calma and Brenda, I know, are my family up there, so we have a very close relationship. And my mom was like, how would I say it? She won't get vexed with me for that. But she was a mother to everybody. So her family, if they lived far to come to school, so Brindle actually lived with us. Auntie Petto, which is Petrolina Labadie, she always saying she's my mother's first child. So my mother sort of mentored and even took in a lot of people. Jeremy's, Gordon, I know as well, and some others. Annette, a lot of people. So even before I was born, she was mothering other people. So she has that tendency of bringing in people to a home and, you know, just caring for them like her own. So we don't really have a connection up there, but we know our family. Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
What about music at the time? What was the kind of music you were listening to, or within the house?
Well, that's the thing, BT. But then my father, as you know, was a keyboardist in Bell's Combo. And he had like a lot of tapes. Remember his tape recorder and thing that was in style at that time. So, you know, we have nothing to do. So I just used to take the tapes and play them. Bob Marley, I even know every Bob Marley song by heart. Because he had a lot of Bob Marley tapes. Lucky Dubby, I remember. And so he always used to be practicing his on his keyboard. So, you know, I became familiar with Kadas and like Kompa, Zouk, that sort of music. And when I was in Maho, my uncle was a DJ. So all those Kassav songs and, you know, Oliver and Goma songs, those songs, I heard them all the time. So it was really a part of my childhood. And I started music on my own at a really young age. So I started at 7. I did the recorder with Mrs. Huguette Andrew, now St. Hilaire. So she was my first music teacher. And at that time, we started in Convent Prep. And then we moved on to the Kyrie School of Music. The Kyrie School of Music was in that little name. I'm not familiar with roads or street names. It was a little road. Oh, yes, on the side of Perky's. That little road.
Upper Lane?
What do you must have now?
On the side of Cookies.
On the side of Perky's. If you're going back up to Constitution
That's not
Hill
close to
area.
Davos. Oh, on the...
Right, Davos Road. Yes, Davos Road.
Yeah, so that's Upper Lane.
Yes.
Davos Road.
That's Upper Lane. Yes.
The other
Yes.
lane adjacent is like going up is Phyllis Lane.
Okay.
Okay, so in that
Yes,
area.
so we had Kyrie School of Music there, and we actually did theory and practical exams. So there were instructors coming down from England who conducted those exams for us. So I actually have certificates from the School of Music from England in theory and practical. And then after, from the recorder, I moved on to the flute. And I've been playing flute for maybe like 30 years now.
Wow.
Auntie Pearl, God bless her soul, is always roping me in when we have the chorals, musicals from Cicero Singers. So I play the flute for them as well. Yes. And now she's teaching my son recorder. Yes.
Nigel,
Nice.
that
I
tells a
love
story, you know. I know where we are going with
Yes.
this, you know, Nigel.
Of course. I love that. And I'm guessing by then there was no more reserve Jodie, right?
Oh, no.
Papa.
Okay.
Jodie Breakaway.
Okay, that chin. Jodie Breakaway. By the way, Petrol, I'm going to tell you, thanks for remembering I was a first child.
They said so much in my
morning
head.
to you. Yes, morning to you, Petrol. Morning to you. Hey, Carl Kofi James, good morning to you. Appreciate that as well. Says he loves Jodie's attitude, positive vibes, sailing up, you know. Ivo's and Nigel. You see, you have an excuse, Ivo, for being late this morning. So I want
But you're lucky. There's no detention today, no demerits.
yes, because it's the weekend, we're
Yes.
giving a pass on everybody. So,
Yes.
you know.
Although at the end
Yes,
of the
yes.
program, when I go over and I see the times that, you know, some of you would have arrived,
we might probably
I
revisit
might just
that.
change my mind. So
Yes,
let's see how it
yes.
goes.
So Jodie, then of course, so from convent, did you do the state college or
So it
did
was
you?
C4 call. I only know.
Sure, no, it was
I
Sifo.
understand. I
State
understand that
College
part
at
of
that
it.
time.
It was still Sifo.
It was C4 call
Yeah,
sixth
yeah, it
form.
was C4
So I
call.
entered in 97 to 99. I think the year after they changed.
Okay.
Yes. So from 97 to 99, I went to and that was a little shed at the back of grammar school. Well,
Yes.
we used to have festival. What do they used to call it? Festival City, is that no?
Carnival
Carnival
City.
City.
That was
right.
that was the main area for
Right.
activities
So
like
it
that
was
in the
right
90s.
in that yard there where we had CIFO call. So I think I did biology, physics, maths, and general paper, which is like English at CIFO call. And then after those 2 years, I went to teach. I taught at the Dominican Grammar School for a year.
Say that again.
I taught at the
You don't
Dominican
have to
Grammar
mention
School.
that. You don't have to mention the name. You
Thank
can just
you,
say you
thank
taught at
you.
a school.
No, you taught at the Dominican Grammar School. I mean, you have to let people know where you taught.
Yes, for 1 year. Actually taught students who were older than me.
Wow.
Because I was 17 at the time. I left college at 17. And I taught maths, I believe, there for 1 year. Yes.
And then you
So by
moved
then
on.
you had moved into the sciences because you
Yes,
thought
I wanted to become an engineer. At that time, I knew I wanted to become an engineer.
What was the inspiration for that? What made you decide this is what I want to do?
Because I love the STEM field, and engineering was a field I found that really suit my personality. I wasn't someone who would stay behind a desk 24/7. I really loved doing things with my hand. And so I found it was a field where I could meet different people from different facets of life, because as an engineer you have to communicate with a lot of different people, people on the ground, the community, the financial people, those in charge of actually granting the products, you see products in my head, I have some to make, funding the projects. And so I thought it was a very multifaceted field where I could dabble in everything. So
But didn't you just quickly there though, Jody, historically it's been a field for men, as they would probably say, right?
It was. But I thought as a little boy, as a as a tomboy.
Yes, sir,
so that
You were
wasn't
tomboy.
even something that crossed my mind.
Because the girls at that time, they were going further,
Right, yes. But
Wow.
that wasn't something that crossed my
Yes.
mind at all.
But what
and-
inspired you? You mentioned what you like to do at that time.
Right.
But was there anybody you were looking at as well? Was
Not
there
really,
anybody
to me there weren't.
could draw a reference from?
No, there wasn't anybody that I knew at the time in
decided
that
that's
field.
what you
Yes,
wanted to
I
do.
just decided. I mean, I did some research, and I was very strong at maths. Was my favorite subject, so I really wanted a field where I could use that and science as well. So that's what really gave me the choice to do civil
Interesting.
engineering. Yes.
Okay,
Civil
so
engineering. I mean, people might say Jody and say, oh, Jody, civil engineering. It's two different things altogether now, when they look at
Yes.
it now, But when you decided to do civil engineering, was it like, did you find it like a difficult choice to make, or you knew from early that this is it, this is the path I'm going, and this is where I'm going to stay?
Not really, because it's such a broad field, because you can specialize, even as a civil engineer, there are different specializations. So I specialized in environmental engineering. So I did the environmental part of civil engineering, but others can do structural engineering. You have geotechnical, which is the study of soils that can branch from it. So it was just like a stepping stone, I guess, to know where I really wanted to go afterwards. So
and
it
as
was
you said,
yes,
you
a
always like
broader
this
field.
STEM educational approach. So that is
Yeah.
what science, technology.
Science, yes, maths, and that sort of thing. Yes.
All right, interesting. Jody, the civil engineer.
Yes. And then we'll get to Judy, the business lady, and
Yes.
Judy, the nature products, and then Jodie, the bouillon. Man, Jodie have too
Oh,
much to
let me
get
tell you
through.
something. There's a lot.
There's so many facets of
Yes,
Jodie,
there's
right?
a lot. There's a lot. Jody's really all-rounded, and that's very good. And wow, there's a lot more we'll unearth about Jody as we go along. Because
Yes. So I mean, of course, so by then, so we've taken you from primary school, convent prep to convent high, to
Yes.
Seafolk University. Where did you do your studies? Was it at UE or
So
outside? Or?
that is another story in itself.
Okay.
So I went to Cuba. I started off in Cuba for 2 or 3 years, I believe. And then I got a Francophone scholarship to Canada. So I was in Canada for another 2 or 3 years. But that one was a bit difficult. I mean, I knew the French language a bit, but actually studying civil engineering in a language that's not yours, it can be a bit difficult. And so I got an opportunity to go to UE, St. Augustine in Trinidad, and that is where I completed my degree in Trinidad. So I did civil engineering with a focus on environmental engineering. Yes.
Man, that's Jodie has Cuba, Canada,
Yes.
then
So
Trinidad.
looking back, all those experiences really played a part in who I am today. I mean, I can speak French. I don't speak Spanish as fluent, but I can debrouiller myself. I can understand what they're telling me. So French, Spanish, English, and now I'm really trying to strengthen my Creole. So yes, and it has helped because seeing that we're so close to Guadeloupe and Martinique in terms of my business, and getting into the EU markets, they're so close, so it's very easy for me to do. And with that base in French, I think it was very important for my business. So I'm thankful for that experience.
you'd say you're already far. I mean, there's a lot more you have to do in terms of the Creole, but how you
Yes.
reach yourself thus far?
In the Creole, I still have a way to go. I'm learning, but I really feel I need to immerse. Maybe I'll have to go Grand only for 6 months.
But I see you're
to really
learning.
immerse myself in it.
You are
yes.
learning, and at the same time, you're teaching.
Right.
That's very good.
Yes.
Yeah,
And they used to say when you teach others, you grasp it better. So I found it was important too. And a lot of people appreciate it. I mean, even over the carnival season, a lot of some of the diasporans that came on, they said, "Oh, my daughter is learning," and so I feel I needed to continue it. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. When you were out at either UE or Cuba or Canada, were there like Dominican associations? Were you part of any
Yes.
grouping or anything?
Yeah, in Trinidad we had the DOMSAT, so that was the Dominica Students Association in Trinidad and Tobago. I was a PRO of that association as well. Yes.
How important are these associations from your standpoint when you were there?
Oh, very important, because sometimes it's a bit difficult. Leaving your home, leaving your family. Sometimes for students, the first time ever, and just being put in a position where you know no one, you don't have that support. So it became like their pseudo family. So we'll sort of help them with that transition into the school life, and just a camaraderie among Dominicans in a different place. I think it's always important to explore and learn about your new environment, but still keep to your roots in that way by forming associations with your fellow Dominicans.
That's interesting.
Nice. So from studies, Jodie came back. What, you want us to go to the book a little bit? That's what you said?
Yes, I see the book is busy, so let's see
I
what's
mean, it's
happening
very
there.
busy. It's extremely busy on
Yes,
YouTube
sir.
as well as on thing, So let's see how far back we can go. Frank Williams, and then that's Frank, my brother. Good morning to you, Frank. James Bell says, practically all over Dominica, it took a village to raise a child. Things have changed. I guess that's when we're talking about the community. Catherine Nichols, love. We really need that spiritual time in homes today. I think that's when Jodie was talking about the family meetings they used to have and so on. Carl Kofi James, of course, yes, respect to you guys. Every school should provide the education of home economics to children. James Bell was saying that earlier on. Sisters, good morning to you. She says, Jodie, inspirational lady. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, she is your sisters, but Antonio Doctor, good morning to you. But Jodie, you're from the whole of Dominica, man. Okay. Yes, she is. She mentioned that earlier on. Mafi Joseph, good morning to you. We appreciate you. They would letting us know where Upper Lane is. Let's see. Catherine Janice Leighton Armour. I think I got a call from you. I'm so sorry. I think I missed that call. But good morning to you, Catherine. Listening from California, of course. Albinwa, good morning to you. Sandra Norris. Oh my God, my girl Jodie is on and I am late. Good for you. But she says good morning to all her peeps. So, we're just going through it very quickly like we always do, but always go back and check and see what's on there. Shills Jules, good morning. You guys, Jodie, nice seeing you. She is brilliant. Okay, that's from James Bell. So, and on the YouTube side, good morning, Liz. Appreciate you. She says, joyous Jodie is on. Looking forward to hear what we have to go for the rest of the day. See to the family. Princess Nastasty, good morning to you. She has no idea how much I admire her. She's so down to earth. So that's what this person wants to tell you. Diana Libla from Arkansas is also in the house. So good morning. We've just done the first little part of Jodie. We're just trying to find out where she's from. If you came late, she's a Maho Masakian. She's also from Vegas and Portsmouth and Granby because of her power. Just in case. Yes, she went to Convent Prep. She went to Convent High. And then she went to Sifokol, Carnival City area. And then she did civil engineering in Cuba, Canada.
You have good
Trinidad.
memory.
Yeah,
You're really a
very good,
playwright,
yes.
Nigel. You're really a playwright.
I think I covered everything.
A student of
Jodie,
history.
right?
Yes.
You are nice.
Yes.
All right. Well, we have to get to the bow tie just now, the good times.
We're gonna get to that.
I will not
side
say
now,
we will not say any past is not good times. You know what we just discussed. But a lot of
that's
people
important
know
because
Jodie
that
for-
laid the foundation. I'm sure that laid the foundation.
So you
for
see
where
how
she
we
is today.
connecting the dots. You see how we connecting things, and then we get into
That's
where
what
she
we
is
do.
right now.
Yes, and we get into there. So she's now an engineer, and she's back in Dominica. And did you do any of the when you came back to Dominica as an engineer? What happened to Jodie?
So I worked, I think, for about 3 years with Ace Engineering. That's Mr. Anthony Libla. And then after I started working at the government. So I worked from 2012. I began working at the Ministry of Public Works and still am today. Yes. Yes.
So when you see Jodie on the social side, that is Jodie there.
Yeah.
But she works as a civil engineer in the Ministry of Public Works.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see Jodie in her boots and everything that accompanies, the civil engineer.
Yes.
And wow, very talented, very, very, very talented. I look at some of your past pictures, like when you were on the field and what you were involved in with your helmet and all of that, and I'm like, wow, that's the same Jodie. That's the same Jodie.
Yes.
It's very good.
When do you switch hats, Jodie? When do you take off the civil engineering hat?
Boy, every day
and
I
then
switch
put on
it.
the other
Every
hat?
minute I'm switching a hat. But
Is it difficult to do that though? Or are you able to
not
switch on and
really,
switch off?
not really. It's just different situations. You have to tweak yourself to fit in wherever you are. And when I started working at ACE, towards the end, I was supervising like the concrete batching plant. We were working on the Point Michel seawall, and it was very grimy, very dusty. I had relaxed hair, so I think after college I had relaxed my hair. And up to that time, I really didn't know how to take care of my natural hair. But I just couldn't deal with the relaxed hair. It was always dirty, it was grimy. And a morning I woke up, my friend actually, my very good friend from Trinidad, Trisha, was in Dominica at that time. So she woke up to the sound of scissors snapping. She was like, Jodie, what you doing? I said, I cutting off that hair. I can't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it anymore. And then I was like, oh my Lord, what did you do? Because when I had relaxed hair, my mom was the one taking care of it. And so I really didn't know how to properly, all I knew was wash it, condition it, put it in tutu plats, and pin it. That was all. So I really started doing some research on, different natural ingredients to use, and that's how the business started. Yes.
That was around what year?
That was in 2012, 2013, thereabouts.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so Nigel, you want to go to that business now, that side of
Yes,
Jodie?
yes. That side
Because
of Jodie.
it encapsulates a lot, eh?
Yes,
Because,
yes.
Yeah, we want to go there. There are a lot of things that we have to uncover with Jodie, because Jodie's involved in so many things. Sometimes I see Jodie at the back of a van just recently, a truck, removing what again? I can't remember what, Nigel, I really can't remember what. But then I see Jodie dancing, then I see Jodie cooking. No, boy.
Yes, Jodie is doing everything, which is good. She's living life to the fullest, So let's start with the business. So in a sense, would you say the business started out of just a personal need for you to
yes,
get
exactly.
your
That's
hair?
what it was. Yes. So it was me trying to find a product that worked for my hair type. And there were products in store that claimed they were natural, but I couldn't afford it at that time. So I said, why don't I just make my own products? And so that's how it started. I'd cut my hair really flat. So I maybe had like half an inch of natural hair on my head. And I remember the first product that I made was a whipped shea butter. And that was really, like, it kept my hair really moist and nice. And people were noticing. So people were, Jodie, your hair growing fast, man. Oh, yeah, you're looking nice. So, and then I started making from my friends. Then word just spread. I remember doing my own labels with a cartoon image of my face,
Wow.
Very basic. But then word, good word really spreads like a wildfire. And so that's what happened. And I started selling from my office. I know it's illegal, but you'd see people coming in with their paper bags and leaving with it full. But yes, that's how I really started selling my products.
So,
And then,
in a sense, Jodie, one can, you actually tested the product on yourself first before you...
Yes, because that's what I made it for. That was the initial intent of the product. It was for me personally. And then a lot of people were asking for it. And that's how the business started. Yes. Yeah.
Nigel, that's a story.
That is a story by itself.
That's a story
you
by itself.
tested yourself because out of need and so on. How important do you see it as in terms of having those natural products for especially people of our ethnicity and others? Is it catered for them or?
The thing is, when the products that we were accustomed to when we were younger, they were not made specifically for us. And I'm sure the test subjects were Caucasian women, and then we just use those products thinking, oh, well, it's a shampoo, but our hair texture is different. It requires a certain level of care, more care than the Caucasian textured hair. And so we need products that are made specifically for that type of texture. So I feel that we really needed something that was ours and that was made and tested on our type of hair. And we really had that notion that our hair is not nice. When you say, oh, she have nice hair. All of us hair is nice. And looking back, I made a video just recently. I remember talking to my mother because I always say my mother has that nice, hair, kind of what we say, nice hair. But the proper term is looser curls. So she has looser curls than mine. So it's very easy to manage. She'll go in the bathroom, wrap past the comb in it, and she's done. So I was always saying, Mommy, why didn't get that hair? No? Why you don't give me that hair? She said, oh, I was too duva. I want to take my father hair. So my hair is what they would consider 4C hair, where the curls are very tight. So it requires a different level of care. It requires more moisture. It tends to be shorter because of that coiliness. It doesn't retain moisture as much as the other hair type. So I really needed to find something that worked for my hair type. And that is how the products started. I really wanted something for my hair type. And I told my mom, so she told me when I said, Mommy, you could have just give me your hair, She said, if it wasn't for that type of year that you got, you wouldn't even have a business today. So it really got me reflecting, and it really taught me that sometimes the trials in life are actually blueprints for better things. And so that's, if it wasn't for that, I don't even think I'd be a business person. I don't even think I would have developed or knew about all those different sides of me in terms of business, advertising, marketing, you know, if that wasn't my portion in life, my hard year, as some people tend to say, you know. So sometimes when we are dealt a certain hand, we might think of it as something negative, but sometimes it's really just God putting it in front of us to see what we can do. He's testing us, you know.
Yes.
And I think I maybe passed that test by 85%.
Wow. You used to enjoy going to the lab at schools?
Yes,
At the
I
various
did.
schools, of course, that you
I
have attended.
did. Yes.
So you'd use the Bunsen burner and what again, Nigel? I can't remember what we used to use now because I was
Yes.
never a science student. But I can't remember the Bunsen burner. What was it again? I'm trying to remember the shape of
There
That
was
one you
a
remember for sure.
tripod and all those
Yes,
sort of...
the Bunsen burner. That's all I think I can remember.
Yes,
Me,
yes.
science and math, we were not friends. But that's interesting, eh? It
Yes,
shows the progression, Nigel. And imagine Jodie making her own products for not just her year now and so many people. So we will get to that. But you said you cut your flat. You had a
Yes,
flat cut. sort of.
flat. Yep. And
And
then
look
I didn't know what to do with it because it wasn't me taking care of my hair when it was natural when I was young. It was my mom. So I really had to learn about my hair for myself. Yes.
At what time did you tell yourself that, man, I think I will make this a business?
Well,
I
the
think
fact
I'll
that
stay there.
so many people were asking for it, I might as well, you know. And I think from the start, I recognized quickly that word of mouth is your best marketing tool. So from the start, I always tried to keep the same quality that I started with or improve upon it. And I think that's why maybe a lot of businesses fail, because they start off with one thing and maybe they see, oh, it's making money, and then they forget about the quality and they maybe focus on the revenue and then the quality drops. And a lot of businesses fail that way, I believe. And so in my business, I do not ask people for reviews. So you wouldn't see me on a Facebook, you know, can you tell me how that product worked for you? No, I wait for people to tell me how they find the product working. And if at all, I will ask them, you know, do you mind if I share that on Facebook, on social media? Do you mind if I make a video about it? So most people you see reviewing the products, I never ask them to. You know, they took it on their own to do. And I think that's important, because if I pay somebody to review my product, to me, that's not genuine. And I don't want people to feel like people are making up things to make the product look good when maybe it isn't, you know. So I feel it's very important for people to be organic and talk about the products freely. And so I have kept that all along in my business.
Interesting.
Yes.
Nigel, I remember calling Jodie back in the day because, you know, 4 girls, 4 heads. You know, so you need the product. You need something you're hearing every time that this is working well. So the other times I had to call Jodie and tell her, Jodie, look at that supermarket, I'm not getting it. Where do I go to? You know, and she would give me directions, or I would have to come to her place. But that's very interesting. I know a lot of people have benefited from this. A lot of people have
but Jodie hasn't sent a product for my daughter yet, so I'm not telling her nothing.
Nigel, she has a bag there. We might get some.
She have the bag there. Okay, all right.
We might get something, you know, Nigel. She has a big bag.
I'll get something in there.
Yes,
all right,
you might
okay,
get something.
all right. So Jodie, I'll be home in the next couple of months. So when I come home, I'll bring my daughter over, the younger one.
Okay.
Both of them. But the younger one especially, because every day she complaining. She has dandruff and her hair. By the way, what do you do for dandruff?
But it depends, because dandruff
you have a product for that?
It can be caused by a lot of things. So first, diet, and we can talk about diet, but most people sometimes when they tell me about they have these conditions, I will ask them about their diet.
And it's interesting that you mentioned diet, because sometimes we might just see Jodie as a civil engineer, Jodie as the Zooty lady and things like that. Maybe Jodie as the social media influencer and things. But Jodie, let's talk about diet. I know when Nigel and I started this morning, we spoke a little about some of the things that we used to use before. We spoke about the glory cedar and things like
Right.
that. But let us look at diet. Let us stay on that a little.
So-
From what we had before,
The
from what
last
you know to
right,
know. Yeah.
yes. So it was a very good program with Dr. Drygo, and that's just one part of it. So people always think that healthy living is about what you eat, but that's just half of it, because the truth is what we breathe in, what we wash ourselves with, what we ingest, what we put on our skin, even what we spray in our house to clean and to deodorize the room. All these can affect our health. And so a lot of people are not aware of that, and they will tend to focus on maybe on eating healthy and just exercise, and then you use all these other products that are harmful for you. And people may wonder, that person was, eating right and exercising, how come they fall sick, or how come that one has lung cancer? But then it's a whole facet of different things that can cause you to be unhealthy, and sometimes most of them you can't even see, so we have to be aware of all the different things that can
There's a guy I
lead to
know
toxicity.
who loves, he said he loves the scent of one of the insect repellents. So you just spray a lot in a room and you just stay there. That is harmful.
It is.
That is not good to
It
do.
is. I'm sure it's not a natural insect repellent. There is maybe those that have DEET in it, which is very harmful. A lot of companies now are trying to use more natural ways to fight off, the midges and the mosquitoes. So we have to be very careful, because a lot of those, especially aerosol products, like we have the air fresheners, we have the cleaners, what you clean your home with, all these contain what they call VOCs, so they are volatile organic compounds. So all the candles you like to smell it, they're smelling nice, and the laundry products, we want to make sure our clothes smelling like, flowers and, but those strong smelling scents, 90% of the times they are artificial fragrances, and those fragrances they release volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. A lot of them also have formaldehyde in it. Formaldehyde is what they use to embalm bodies, right? And that is what is being released when you spray those products. So they can contribute to irritation in your lungs, air pollution, irritation everywhere, your sinus, your nose, your ears, your lungs, and they can cause respiratory issues as well. So that is why it's important to use products that have maybe essential oils in them, fragrance, or just non-fragrant products, especially for your laundry.
Interesting.
A lot of children now have eczema. Like, if I could tell you the number of parents that come to me about eczema, and that was something I didn't even know growing up. Maybe there were 1 or 2 cases, but that was something that wasn't as common as it is today. A lot of people are suffering from eczema. Grown-ups, especially children. A lot of babies have eczema, and sometimes it may be diet related, because they said dairy products are linked to it, but sometimes it could be contact with clothes that have those chemicals in it. So if you wash your clothes with those laundry detergents, then it could cause irritation to the baby's skin. So it's very important we are mindful about what we wash with, even the stuff that we cook in. The non-stick pans, we want to be fancy now. Before it was cast iron and our stainless steel. Right now people want non-stick pans, but all these things can create toxicity in your body, because after a while they will chip up and those things enter our bodies. The aluminum, so I made a post recently about the aluminum foil. So we're trying to get away from plastic containers to put our food in. We get the cheaper, the biodegradable containers, yet we put in foil in them. Right? the foil is not biodegradable. And what happens when you put hot food or acidic food or salty food on foil, the aluminum from the foil is going to leach into the food. Okay? So you ending up with the same problem that the plastic created. And so there was a Saturday I went to buy food. A lady say, 2 girls come for food. And they say, where the foil? I said, Jodie say, no foil, you know. They say, who is Jodie? Now Jodie's God. She said, I'm not putting foil for oil. The foil, bad foil, I'm not putting foil. So we have to be mindful about those things. So we're trying to solve one problem, but we're creating quite another that may be even more harmful than the first. You know, so we have to be very mindful about what we cook in, the utensils that we use, the plastics that we use. So a lot of these things, especially in my home, so I've switched from plastic. I only have stainless steel cups for my son. I wouldn't give him the glass like when he was younger. But stainless steel cups, you can get stainless steel bowls for them to eat in. Your frying pan, make sure it's stainless steel or cast iron, because a lot of the newer, more modern pans and pots have that non-stick coating that is not healthy for us. And they can accumulate over time in our bodies.
I remember as well back in the day, especially around even Easter time when you would wash over here. I think, what was the name? Hibiscus and watch it.
Oh yes,
and blue soap.
And hibiscus does make your hair nice, eh? When
That's
you
what
put
we use
hibiscus and watch it in your hair.
And then put a little castor oil in that and you tap
Oh,
it all
yes.
your forehead with the castor oil and castor
whole
oil dripping
body.
down. But the benefits were good, you know? The benefits were just, you know,
yes.
super.
And that's another
So
thing.
you know, no, I was going to say, Jodie, you know, once you start talking about these things, you know, we enter the section now, people just asking questions like as if, well, that's it.
Yes.
So I hope you're prepared for that. And prepared to share with them, you know?
Sure, no problem.
So this is the segment I want where you're going to get a whole heap of questions.
Oh, yes.
further
Oh,
that
yes.
you know. What you do for that? What you do for the...
Yes,
So this is the section where we connect with people, right?
Right.
So very quickly, a couple of things. People asking, what is the link between what you eat and dandruff and your hair? And then somebody else wanted to ask anything that you would recommend for gray hair. How does gray hair come about? So if there's something that can prevent it, or hold on to get old. So I'll take those two first because there's so many asking.
So the first one you said was for dandruff.
The link between what you eat and dandruff and your hair and your skin, they mentioned. Those three things.
So a lot of people, well, you know, we've moved away from raw foods like our provision and our meats, you know, like our organic meats. And now you have so many meats where you have hormones injected into them, or they're raised with hormone foods like the chickens. And all these things can cause imbalances, hormonal imbalances in our bodies. And that can affect our skin. So our skin really sheds skin. That's a normal process. Shed skin every, let's say, 28 days or so. But with all those different additives and preservatives, it can cause our skin to have an overproliferation of skin, and that can cause dandruff. Dandruff can also be caused by bacteria or fungus. So there are many different things that can cause it. So we have to look at the roots and how we can identify what exactly causes it. It can also be caused from the type of products that we use on our skin and our scalp as well. So yeah, it's ticklish to know what exactly is the cause of it. So I tell people to try and eat as much organic food as possible, and also to be wary of what they use on their scalp, because a lot of different, the more commercialized shampoos may have different ingredients that are irritating to the scalp. And dandruff and dry scalp are two different things. So we have to identify which is which and see what causes them.
Do you have any products for those?
Well, we have the turmeric lemongrass shampoo. I love that product because all the ingredients, well, except the base ingredients, are local. So we get the lemongrass essential oil from Perfume Tree, David. He actually takes lemongrass and makes his own essential oil. So that's a local essential oil that we get from him, and our bay oil. So these two are antifungal, antimicrobial, and turmeric as well. So, I mean, it's just a powerhouse when you use that. Some people bathe with it as well. So it's a head to toe wash. You can wash your hair, wash your scalp, and bathe with it as well.
I think there's another question, Nigel, from what you said.
What's the other question?
The other one was about, man, I have about 10 of them written down, but the other one was about gray hair. Gray is gray hair.
Right. So we've done some research on gray hair.
It says, Jodie, I have gray hair is something that keeps coming. I mean, do you recommend using the dyes? Is that
why
also
you
bad for you?
Why you want to
and
dye
what
your
can
hair?
I do to what can I do to prevent? You can't do nothing.
You cannot do anything to prevent it. That is just a natural. Yeah, it's a natural part of life. To me, the first thing I would tell people to do is to embrace it. And why would you want to look 20 years younger than you are, what you actually are? And I love my mom's hair is grey and it looks so lovely.
Your mom has pretty hair.
Yes.
Obviously, nice fine hair. When you have nappy hair, coarse hair, you know, like steel wool, and it's still grey. I mean, come on.
No, but I think you have to learn, because it's the same thing we were saying with natural hair. A lot of people didn't like to see a natural hair, and now they embrace it. It's something that you have to learn to live with. Your hair is grey, you're getting older, you should embrace it. But if at all you want to dye your hair, there are some natural options that you can use. And now the dyes, you know, the normal dyes that we use have so many different chemicals in them, especially the formaldehyde. And those now are linked with fibroids in black women. So even the relaxer and those dyes, they are linked to fibroid growth in women. So there's a natural option that you can use. It's a little more tedious, but you can get henna, and henna is a natural plant compound that strengthens the hair. You can use henna, you put it on, you make a paste, you put it on, you have to leave it. I think when I used to do it, I used to leave it overnight, because it's you can use it as a normal strengthening hair product as well. But it covers the hair. And then you can use indigo, which is another plant byproduct powder. You make a paste with it, and then you apply it over the henna treated hair, and then you get black hair. So they can research into doing those two, yes, and they are easily sourced online.
Do you find people, especially ladies, do you find they're embracing natural hair a lot more now than before?
There was a little time when they were, but I see a lot of wigs and everything coming in now, braids. And not that they are bad, because right now I have a wig on my head because my hair don't wash yet. My husband was supposed to wash my hair for me yesterday. He didn't. So it's just in big tutu plaits. But I don't have a problem with the wig wearing. It's just the overuse of it. So some people have them on for months, you know. It's not healthy, because first of all, your hair, not your scalp, not breathing. In our climate, you have that heat and you have moisture. You can imagine what happening underneath there. You know, it's a breeding ground for fungus and all sort of different issues. So it's not the use of it, but the length of time that we use it for, I think, is a problem. A lot of women now are complaining about loss of their hairline, and some of it might be genetic. There are some people that have that, you know, hair loss being genetic, but some of it could be like alopecia. You have different types of alopecia, and traction alopecia is one where you maybe pull the hair too tight, or you have the wig on, you know, the glue for the wig when you rip it off. So all those things can lead to hair loss. And so we have to be mindful of that. You can use your wigs, you know, a special occasion, but if you have a wig for the whole year, Papa God, you must expect some sort of issue with your scalp, because it's not normal for you to have your scalp covered so much or have abrasive, because the braiding hair itself is treated with a flame retardant. That in itself is very irritating to the scalp. So people find when they braid their hair, their scalp is very, very itchy.
That's why they always knock in the head like that.
they have
Heat
weave
it,
and
yes,
they
and that's not good to do.
I
That
get it.
constant knocking of the head, that's not good, as well.
I get it
you
now.
know. So you have to be wary of those things. Some people, they say that they use the vinegar. They wash the braiding hair in vinegar to get rid of those compounds before they put them in their hair. So that can work as well. But you have to be mindful that when you use those things constantly, it will affect your hairline, or if it's not done properly, you pull out your hair and get those bald spots.
Give it
Back
some
in the day,
time
it
to
was so
breathe.
simple in Nigel.
Yes.
I mean, when you put your
So as
castor,
I reach home, that coming
Yes,
out
yes.
on my head, I can't have that,
yes. I don't know how, well, some people
Yes.
sleep with anyway. But back in the day, it was so
Yes.
simple. You put your castor oil in your hair, it's shiny, and you're good to
Yes,
go.
yes.
And you're good to go.
You're good to
Yes.
go.
Oh, as
And
you
put your-
mentioned castor oil, by the way, good morning to you, Noreen. Noreen, you put it so I can ask it. Noreen Joseph, good morning to you. She says castor oil burns my scalp. It seems too strong for me. What
No,
can I do
castor
to
oil is
stop
not for the
irritation?
scalp. I don't recommend castor oil for the scalp. It's way too heavy.
Okay,
Oh,
Noreen.
yeah.
You know, castor oil is a very thick oil. You need an oil that, and they said the best oil for your scalp is actually jojoba oil. It mimics the normal
Say it again.
JOJOBA, sorry, but it's pronounced jojoba.
Oh, I see.
Jojoba.
J-O-B-A.
So it's a very
I
light
say
oil,
jojoba.
and that oil
Yeah.
mimix
I
our
write,
natural
I'm in
sebum.
class, you know.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
in
right
class.
in.
I write down everything.
Yes.
Yes. So if at all you want to pass the oil, get something that's very, very light. So the base of our Zuzi oil is a very light oil. It doesn't really stick on the scalp, and it can be absorbed easily. So you don't want to pass anything too thick on the scalp, because sometimes that can, even if you already have dandruff or that dry scalp, that can exacerbate the problem even more.
Yeah. Somebody's asking me on my WhatsApp, Nigel. I heard her mention fibroids. Can she talk about PCOS? That would be polycystic
PCOS?
ovarian syndrome, I guess. PCOS.
So that's how, well, there are different things that cause different illnesses, but there are studies that are proven to link all the different fragrances and those sort of things that really disrupt what they are called endocrine disruptors. So phthalates, which are an ingredient in fragrances, and when you
That's
see
what-
fragrance,
Give us the spelling, because some people are in class too, so they have to.
PTHALATE.
Okay.
So
PTHA.
phthalates are compounds that disrupt our natural function of the endocrine system. So all these things, all the fragrances that you see are very high in phthalates. The household cleaners, the air freshener, the same air freshener you have hanging in your car while you're driving, you're breathing in those fumes. All these things can cause hormonal disruption and endocrine disruption. And even the foods that we eat that have so many preservatives and
let's go
additives. So I really follow the EU system very closely, because when something is banned, they ban it first. So in the EU, the red 40 dye is already banned in EU. And that is a colorant that is used in everything. Everything. Red dye. So I think it's red 40, that's the name. It's banned in mostly everything. And that is the dye that is used to color, let's say, the red gummy bears or Cheetos. I don't want to call a brand name, no, but they'll sue me. I know, court season open. But all these things, all the foods that maybe artificial foods that have those red coloring, they're in there. And drinks, a lot of the red drinks that we get, just look behind, you might see DNC 40 or red 40. It is banned in the EU.
DNC, say that again?
DNC, red or red 40. Okay. Those are different dyes to get the red color. It has been banned in the EU because of those same issues that they cause. So we have to be very mindful about what we eat. I'm not saying you cannot eat it once in a blue, but some people, there are certain things that they eat every day that sometimes they know are not good for them, but they like it, so they just eat it. But we have to be mindful about what we eat, because what we ingest can cause those issues. I mean, look at now with sausage. The sausage, the salted sausage, the salami that we eat. Right now, it is one of the number one carcinogens up to last month, because of the nitrates that they add in it. like the brine. It's one of the number one carcinogens. Okay? And we love our sauce. I mean, when I was growing, I grew up on sausage too. When my mother wants to make a fast breakfast, it's sausage. But we have to be very mindful. I'm not saying that you cannot eat it maybe twice a week or maybe twice a month, but we have to be very mindful about those things that we ingest.
Nigel, that's a class there, you know. I see
But
somebody
I'm in
ask-
class, and because I say I'm in class and it's question time, questions
Boy,
are
Nigel, I
flowing
seen
now.
questions there.
Questions, but we can't take all of them,
Yes,
obviously, because sometimes we have to scroll through by
Yes,
the time we
yes,
get
yeah.
through another one comes in. Somebody mentioned here, Kristen, good morning to you. Coconut oil makes my hair dry.
Yes.
What type of hair is it best for? Or should it be used on any hair at all?
Coconut oil, I wouldn't recommend using it to leave on the hair. It is very good as a what do you call it? When you do the oil treatments. So it's very good. So you can leave it on, put on your plastic bag if you don't have a heat cap, leave it on for 2-3 hours. On a Saturday, you can do your chores. When you're done, rinse it off.
Okay.
So it's good as a treatment, but for some people it can work. But most people, what I realize is that it tends to make the hair very brittle and dry.
Okay.
So use it as an oil before you wash your hair. Steam it, you can heat it up, put a plastic bag on and rinse it off. And then you'll see the difference. But don't leave it on.
All right. Conscious Wisdom Gregor said she spoke about essential oils. I grew up in a village where harvesting and processing Bayless.
oil?
Was that Boaden?
Boaden, yes.
Yes. So that would be Bailey. If it was my holiday job for each break from school, I will again ask financially stable millionaires in Dominican to please invest more in essential oils processing and manufacturing. We need refined products, build a
I
factory.
quite agree. I agree. And we're sitting on a gold mine because those oils are so very expensive. And there's a high demand for them as well. Yes, so if I had money, I'd buy a stiller. But
what do you think? Is it because we are not aware of the benefits of it, or is it because people are so used to their products off the shelves and so on?
I think right now I think people are getting more aware and being more conscious about those things. And especially, you know what I admire with the French people, because I mean I interact with them a lot. They're even more appreciative of our products than us. I might get some flack for it, but when they come down, they ask for their soaps, they ask for their bay oil. They love snake oil for some reason. I don't know what they do in this snake oil, but I know it's good for pain and muscle pain. But they're really into using natural products. You know, natural deodorant, natural creams, anything natural, they're all for it. And I think we need to get back to that. A lot of people will like to just buy the cheapest thing on the shelf without thinking about the consequences later on, you know, and the accumulation of those harmful ingredients in them over time on our bodies. So we might spend less initially, but the health problems later on, you know, it's not worth it.
And the cost of healthcare is exorbitant.
Exactly.
It's a lot.
You know,
It's a
so
lot.
we really need to do things now and invest in our health, in all facets of our health, not just eating or exercise, but the things that we use on our skin, the things that we use in our homes, you know. And these things affect us in ways that we don't see, we don't recognize right away. So over a period of 10-15 years, we're using, you know, the air freshener wicks or those, you know, spraying things all the time. Those things are not healthy. And there was a study done where they said women that didn't smoke at all, were not even exposed to secondhand smoke, had lung cancer. And they were wondering why. It was because of the overuse of those products in the home, the household products, the cleaners, you know. So we have to be very, very careful about what we use, what we spray, the nice smelling candles. It's nice for your home to be smelling nice, but think about the health issues later.
Right.
Interesting.
Yes, Mr. Albino, good morning to you as well. He says, so Nigel, no products first in the diaspora. So I guess they want to find out if you're out of Dominica,
Yeah, man, you can
can they
order
get products
online.
from?
You can order online. It is a bit
So, and
expensive.
everybody else who's been asking before, you can order online. How do they do
Yes.
that, Jody? It's your turn.
Yes, www.jdeesnaturals, JAYDEES naturals.com. You can order online. So anywhere that DHL ships to, you can order. The shipping fees have increased quite a bit. So over the past year, I think it has increased by 5.9%. But people love their products, so they're willing to
Yeah.
spend the exorbitant amount on shipping. But yes, the option is there to buy.
Jody, give us
Beautiful.
an idea. Tell us about a typical day in that space where you create things, where your ideas come to play, where you know your skills, you know, come to the fore in terms of what you do, the concoctions and all of those things. Give us a typical day.
Okay, so well, I have all my recipes done already, but that really stemmed from after that I did the whipped shea butter. Everybody wanted. So Jody, you give us something to put in our hair. What you want to wash the hair with now? So then I started a shampoo. So you give us a shampoo. What do you want to condition the hair with? Then I had to make a conditioner, and then that's how it came about. And then people were asking for things for their skin. And then I did the turmeric clay mask. So that is like after the Zooty, that is the number one seller. It's made from clay, volcanic clay with turmeric and some other little essential oils in there. And a lot of people use it all over. I wouldn't name the body parts, but all over their body. And
And what does it do?
So what it does, it sort of evens out your skin tone. The clay
Okay.
pulls out impurities from the skin. So it's a mask. When you apply it, it gets really, really hard. It draws all the gunk from your pores, and then you rinse it off. But you can use it anyway, and it lightens the skin as well. So a lot of people use it under their arms, between their legs, where you have like dark areas. So a normal day, I wake up very early because I live in Warner and that traffic is ridiculous. It takes me on average 30 minutes to get to town from Warner, but on mornings it's about an hour 10 minutes. So I get up really early. Sometimes, well, my husband is the one who actually makes the products. I haven't made products in a while. I formulate the products in terms of the ingredients and the percentages. So anytime a new product is out, I'm the one actually doing it and testing it and seeing, you know, what ingredients to put in. But after I've finalized my formula, he's the one who makes it. So Shaka has been a great help. To me, that is JD's. That's why people have to call him Mr. JD's on the road. But he's the one actually making them. I will help in terms of bottling and labeling. But all the grunt work, he's the one mixing and putting things together. So, boy, sometimes when he comes home after a hard day's work, sometimes we reach home around 8 o'clock because we go to the gym regularly, 3 days a week. And sometimes we come home all after 8. So from then, sometimes he's making products till 12, midnight. He might go to sleep early or wake up early about 3, 4 and continue. And these last few weeks, like from Carnival to now, we've been making Zooty like maybe every other day. Like I'm talking about 150 bottles of Zooty daily.
And the Zooty is being used for what? For those who don't know. For those who haven't seen the post.
So initially, well, Zooty is stinging nettle. I think you used to call it fireman.
True.
Right. So when I did research on it, it has been used a lot in the hair care industry from long because it's very rich in silica. So silica is very important in terms of stimulating hair growth and healthy hair growth. Onion as well is rich in silica. So the Zooty oil really stemmed from that. I wanted something for my scalp, you know, to give my hair that thickness and body. It is already quite thick naturally, but I really wanted something to make my hair grow healthily. So we formulated that, but what I did as well is to add other anti-inflammatory herbs and oils in there. So there are over 34 herbs and oils in that oil. It's named Zooty because that's the primary ingredient in there, but we have over 34 herbs and oils in the Zooty. So onion, garlic, anise, clove, cinnamon, rosemary, black seed oil, hemp oil, you name it. It's in there. So the Zuti oil is really like it just works. So it was intended initially as a hair growth oil, but now people use it like just as a body oil on their skin. Others have said that it helps with muscle pain, and I understand why, because of the anti-inflammatory herbs in there and oils. And quite recently during Carnival, someone used it for the swelling of their feet. So a lot of people who came
And
down.
it worked?
Yes.
Okay.
And that video went viral. That's why I have to be making how many bottles of Zuti now? So yeah, she said that it really helped with the swelling when she came down. I guess the change in temperature. So a lot of people really use it for muscle pain and swelling as well, besides their hair growth. Yep.
And okay, so someone also wanted to find out. Oh, you again? No problem, my brother. You've been talking a lot about women, but are there any products for men?
Men have hair too, so all the products are for
I don't
men
understand
and
that, of
women.
course.
All hair are different from ours, you know. So a lot of men use the Zuti oil for their beards as well. So you know those men who grow in that nice crop of beard, they use it for. So my friend Akim, Steven, they use it for their beards. That's all they use, and the shea butter. So they use a combination of the two for their beards and their hair.
Yeah, we want to go
Yes.
to another area in a
And-
while, Nigel. I'm looking at the time. We have to go to
Yes.
Jodie as
I'm,
you know,
I'm telling you.
marketing and all of that. But let's
Yes.
turn back. Let's go with marketing now, because you have come up with some ideas. I don't know. And it's working well. It's
Yes.
really working. It's killing how many birds with just one stone. Tell us about that. Tell us what prompted you to do
So-
things differently.
I'm always
to
a
achieve
person. I
success.
always like, my mantra from young has been, why think outside the box when you can think like there's no box at all? Right? So that has all. So I always love being creative. I always love being unique, doing things out of the norm, out of the status quo. I have to do something different. I have to stand out. And I feel you have to know your audience, because one marketing strategy wouldn't work everywhere. You know what I mean? Some people, well, some
One size doesn't fit
communities like serious, informative stuff. And I find when I did those, just the serious, informative stuff, it didn't get as much engagement as when I always say Dominicans like Koshoni, we like funny things, we like things to make us laugh. So I always try to incorporate that whenever I do an advertisement. Yes, the information would be there, but you can laugh as well, get something to free up your spirit at the same time. So I always just thought that being unique was one of the greatest marketing tools that I could use, being funny. And sometimes it just comes to mind like on the spur of the moment. So when Papa was passing, the one that sang every day of the week, right? I say, my boy, come and make an ad for me quickly. So I just gave him this song one time, using this song that he already sang. Come get your Zuti every day of the week. And that was one of the most viral ads ever, So just using.
But even you yourself, Jodie, you use him, but even you yourself, you put it in a Kadas beat.
Yes.
You put your advertisements different than what we are normally
So
accustomed to.
the first song I did that, it was Trilogy's Calypso. I think that was the last song he won on. And I just used that beat and I made a song telling people, come to Zeb, all the diasporans, when you come down for Carnival, come to Zeb. So I'm very good at writing lyrics as well. So sometimes the drive from Warner to town to Zeb Creole on Saturdays, that's when I make up my tunes in my head.
And that's good though, because sometimes
Yes.
obviously advertisements, you'll understand that you have to be prim and proper, but no, Jodie uses the nuances of the local dialect
Right.
very well.
So today we go
so-
and do a country and western.
Oh, but you have to sing today, right, Nigel? Remember the true or false?
Yes,
Really,
yes,
Nigel?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
all right,
You have to
okay.
sing a song.
Today I have a country
Even-
and western planned. Yes.
Yes.
So we
That
did
might
a
be a good
bouillon,
time
we
for
did a
That might be a
calypso.
good time for us for her to give us a song just before we go to the other thing. You think so?
Boy. Okay. Dear John,
Baby, look it.
you know I hate to write, dear John, but you're not sleeping by me tonight. Last week I sent you for Zuti oil. What did you do? You came home empty-handed, dear John. So that's the chorus.
How about we? Ebe, I should say Ebe. Somebody call Mrs. Josephine Dublin. Yes, Jodie.
Interesting.
Yes,
Creativity,
yes.
man.
Yeah, that's
What I like about it.
But
Earlier, I think Alvin or someone was, I think it might have been Alvin, was asking in terms of your products, like the raw materials. Do you grow
Right.
that yourself, like the zooty, or do you
Yes.
have people
So
you
I
buy
have a
from?
few people sourcing. The Zooty, there was a guy from Massac who actually used to bring for me, but he's deceased now.
okay.
And so I was really desperate. I just put a post on Facebook. I said, people, I need Zooty, please. And so many people started bringing Zooty, dried Zooty to me. So that is how I end up getting my Zooty. And Zooty is something that grows very quickly. It grows wild. It's not much care that you need to put into it. So I get them from local farmers in the village, just from ordinary people that have little gardens and they have Zooty sprouts, I got from Mrs. Delia Weeks recently. She brought some for me. So that's how I get it. Yes.
Okay, we have a call on the line. We have had quite a few calls coming in, by the way. Let me see if this person is still here. Hello? Hello?
Peace be unto you and your
Hello?
Easter season. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
A blessed Easter season to you. And I'm glad you bought that, the lady. I was trying times when I was in Dominica, I spoke to her products, but I was never. I went looking for them on. There wasn't any. But I hope when I come, I'll be able to. But I'm glad for the information. I think she has spoke before on the radio, and natural hair. I love my gray hair. Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
we are here.
And
Go
my
ahead.
grandparents, they had lovely, long, natural hair, and I love my hair. You know, she's doing the same thing, but my grandpa, the dyes and those.
Okay,
She
you're
can
cutting.
something.
You're not too clear though. Although we can hear you, but at times it drops. So let's see if we can
Hello?
wrap up. Yes, go ahead. Let's see if we can wrap up because it's not
Yes,
the best reception.
I'm glad with the dyes and different things. My daughter and the undertakers are do it because the autopsies are finding the dye in the stomach.
Okay, we get a gist of what you're saying. It's not the best reception, as I said, but let me thank you for calling. All right. Yes, it's called from Barbados, and she loves the products, and she wants to know when she comes on if she can get up. Obviously, yes. You always have in stock, right? Although
Yes.
there are times that.
We might have,
Okay.
but we're working on that.
Do you experience like times when things are really hard in terms of the products on the shelves? That you find a lot of
because
people
of-
calling at a
yes.
certain time, or it could be because you did not source the product, or you did not get. I don't know. Tell us what's happening when.
Yeah, so most times, if we don't have, sometimes we might be really busy because initially we were running it out of our kitchen. So now that we actually have a space, right now we got a grant, so we have equipment where we can produce more in bulk. We in the process of setting that up. And sometimes the boat wouldn't dock.
Okay.
We cannot get raw materials on time. There might be issues with shipping. So, yeah, it might be a whole set of different issues. Yeah. And people are ready to kill me. When you see they cannot get their products on the shelf, they're ready to kill me.
Hello,
Yeah.
good morning. Hello. Last time, hello. Okay. Yeah, the calls are
Yes,
coming.
you're too
Nigel.
late.
Okay.
Yes. I think somebody also mentioned that Zooty, or what they were saying there, Zooty is what? As a bush tea is also good to drink for sugar and pressure,
Prostate.
also for men prostate.
Interesting.
Okay, so just mentioning that there, soaking your tears and screws. Oh, okay. So the person was just talking about when you come home, go to the Sulphur Springs as well,
Okay.
and go and soak your feet.
Yes, that's
We have so much in this lovely island, this nature island, I tell you, so much.
Yes.
But I wanted to go on grant funding though.
Yes.
I know once you receive some grant funding, right?
Oh, many times.
Many
I
times.
just, maybe around 3 or 4. Yes.
What strategy do you employ to ensure that this comes through for you?
Make sure that your application stands out. That's it for me. Because obviously those awarding the grants, they maybe have hundreds of grants to go through. What makes your application stand out? I mean, you obviously have to have strong cases on how you are going to use the grant, and most of them would have some sort of sustainability angle in there. You have to show how your business idea or whatever venture is going to be sustainable. How will it help the youth, or will it help your community? And so you have to have really strong points on those. And I always try to just my whole application to make it stand out and make it stand out from all the other applications that they might be getting. And so that has been my strategy from time. I think I've gotten 2 from Caribbean Export, maybe around 15,000 euro, 25,000 US one time. The last one I came second in the GEMS Foundation Entrepreneurship Challenge. I was a micro pitch Caribbean winner. So I try to always make my pitches, my grant applications stand out and be impressive. That has always been my thing. And it has worked. The formula has worked.
Nice. Jodie, as we begin to look at the development of our marijuana industry, do you see yourself at some point in time utilizing
I already have a line. So when they had the cannabis symposium here, I have a line of products that I did. So we had a cannabis lotion, we had a zooty oil and cannabis marrying and making a Zublis. So we had a Zublis anti-inflammatory rub that we did, the lotion, and we had like just a normal body oil. So yes, we do have those products, but they're kind of out of season now. So we might be bringing them back in about summertime. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
You have a very strong a strong presence across social media platforms.
By the way, I've only sitting out seeing us, yeah?
Oh, they have seen it. Yeah, no wonder I put Jodie a lot. Okay, yes.
Yes, that's what I keep telling them.
Yes, we have to put Jodie.
All you know us
no, man, we want to see everybody. Yes. I agree with them.
Yes. No, but I was talking about the strong digital presence that you have across social media platforms. Definitely that is working well for you. How does it come to you though at times? You're like in your bed, you think of an idea, you jot it down or you note it down. How does that work?
Yes, and I mean, I look a lot of similar contents to what I like to do. So I get ideas from there. But sometimes it's just organic ideas. I maybe see something happening on the road and maybe use it in my videos at the time. So it's more organic. It's not something that is planned. People tell me do a social media calendar. That doesn't work for me. It has to be something really organic. Something relatable at the time, presently, that people can, identify with. So that's my whole marketing strategy, if there is one at all.
If you were to look ahead, so say 5-10 years from now, where would you like to see your business? What is
on shelves in Sephora, on Amazon. I'm working fervently towards that. I think it can be done. I would really like to infiltrate the EU markets as well, because they really have that appreciation for natural local products. And Dominica has already made its name for those products, because every time you talk about Dominica and you come from Dominica, it's synonymous with health and, and well-being and those sort of products. So I think the EU market would be a great point of entry. And just seeing my products on the shelves, I think the Zooty has really, really gone viral, as the young people say, because it works. It's not just fluff. It's not just, just saying it works because I want it to sell. No.
Have you ever collaborated with various Dominican organizations abroad? Especially when they have their expositions.
Yes.
Fairs
so
and like
I think the JCI, DomSat has asked me. I have to contact them. Sometimes I've done a lot of free products to different organizations when they're traveling. The Robotic Association, I believe, They always ask for my products. I always sponsor, when they go to the various competitions. So yes, that's another part that I always like to give, if it's in terms of products or just mentorship, motivational speeches. I always feel it's important to give back. Yes.
Yeah. So Jodie, I have this crazy idea, and sometimes crazy ideas come, right? You say don't think outside the box, think there's no box.
Right.
So Booyah music is on the rise, right? And of course you have Booyah music, that's what everybody's talking about now. I'm thinking, boy, I wonder if we have Booyah music and then we have Booyah products.
Interesting.
Because
well, this is a Booyah, because that all can figure it.
This thing, marketing all thing as Booyah products with along with our Booyah music.
Right.
I think, Nigel, we had brought that point once, and I was saying that, so we know our national wear is the Wop Do Yet, but what is the Booyah wear? Because Booyah is very, popular. I think we need to look at things like that.
Yes,
but I like the question that you asked.
Yeah,
just tie in everything.
Yes.
Just tie in the vibe.
Yeah, man. Land of nature, Land of nature. We have so much in this island.
Products now, which would be things like GD's natural thing and all the other stuff.
We have a lot, Nigel.
So we have a lot we can do, and
in fact, Nigel, I was thinking that we designate at least 2 months, of Connected Dots. Although we have spoken to a lot of local entrepreneurs already, but just dedicate 2 months, Nigel, to especially young people, A lot of young people.
And you have a lot of
farming, in agriculture, in aquaponics, a lot of things. But
yeah,
that's a nice idea that you mentioned.
Here's Jodie having to link before local farmers for products and and so on, and we just flood the market with Booyah products, man. We can do this.
Yeah.
Let's see who's on the line. Hello. Okay, we lost that one. We're still on with Jodie. Very, very interesting discussion. And Zuti lady, that's what you're known as, right? People forget your name. A lot of people forget your name, right, Jodie?
They call me Zuti girl or Zuti lady or JD's. JD's is my name. So. And then my husband is Mr. JD's.
Oh boy.
Jodie, looking back, do you at any point thought that you would be doing this coming from civil engineering? Do you at any point thought you'd be
not at all
business?
Not at all. and it's so funny, because especially when I talk to young people, I tell them don't discount any experience that you have in life. Anything that you're involved in, do it to your best of your ability, because you never know where you will end up in life. I mean, even the fact that I could speak French, it helped me in my business. The fact that I could speak Spanish helped me in my business. All these little experiences, it comes full circle in the end. So you never know. You just never know what passion might arise out of you. You might like something now, and what you may like 10 years from now is not what you'll be doing now. So I mean, you just have to embrace all of life's experiences, because you never know where it might take you. You never know when the next Maria might come or some other disease like COVID, and you have to be innovative and do something to gain for yourself. So, yes, I didn't expect it, but I think I'm good at it. And maybe that was my path in life that I had to embrace. Yes.
Definitely. Let's go to the telephone. Hello. Hello. Hey, Papa.
You're shy, man.
I don't know. Something is wrong.
Yes.
Something is wrong.
And someone says, Jodie, can you please provide us with your info, address, or phone, or whatever?
That's on Facebook?
For those of us who do not come home often, so we can get the supplies, please.
Sure, I'll put it in the group.
Yes, put it in the chat. Okay. But of course, in the meantime, you can order from jadesnaturals.com.
Yes.
jadesnaturals.com. You can see all the products and see all what she has there and so on. Community, and Jodie, as we kind of coming closer to the end of this thing, community and village and family, we always need to have that to support us through.
I agree.
What has it been like for you? And how important is that for you?
The support has been tremendous. I mean, people that don't even know me, the fact that they can get inspiration from me, I think that is a blessing to be a blessing. And I think it's very important in our tight-knit society to sort of bring out, well, they said you cannot motivate somebody, you have to show them how to be motivated themselves. And so I think my life is a testimony of you can do anything that you want to. And I think it's important that our young people have that mentality. And we have so many talented people, but they're so afraid and so shy to do what they have to do. So I think me being sort of an introvert before and how I am now, it means that you can do it as well. My family has always been very supportive. My parents, I mean, they've never made me feel that there is something that I can do. And every endeavor, they have been there to support me. So I think it's very important to allow children to be who they are and just to nurture them and guide them along their own journey. Not to make the path for them, but, you know, just to hold their hand along their own journey.
Yes.
So yes, community is very important. I mean, I have a group of people now who I can trust to, you know, spring ideas or new ideas, new product ideas. I have a set of guinea pigs, as they call themselves. You know, they say, Jodie, I'm a proud guinea pig. Anything you have, you know. So we just started doing soaps. I've given out soaps to, you know, test and that sort of thing. So I think community is important, and all of us should play a part in supporting one another, however we can.
Here's what Alvin Thomas is asking. Alvin Thomas, a former student of the St. Mary's Academy. He's saying, has Jodie ever thought of moving into chemical engineering, given what she is engaged in now in her business?
Not really. I wouldn't say like chemical. I mean, I dabble in some chemistry because obviously formulation is chemistry. I did chemistry at high school, and the course that I did, that I have the diploma in, is organic, is a long one, organic formulation or organic cosmetic formulation. So it has a lot of chemistry in it, but I don't think I would go into chemical engineering at this point. No, maybe just to do with the business aspect of it, but not a full out degree. No.
Full out degree.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, earlier the family was saying, you know, hi to you, you know, so Don, you wanted to say hi to Dr. Dublin.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes.
Of course, say hi to his niece. Josephine Dublin was on earlier. Say Auntie Lenny is listening.
Nice.
So to the rest of the entire Dublin family and clan, we appreciate you sharing Jodie with us as well, you know.
Nice.
Jodie, for young ladies, what would you tell them for those who are considering business or not sure, you know, crossroads, not sure where they are, what to do? What would you like to tell young ladies, especially young ladies? Young people, but more so young ladies.
No idea is small enough. And then people like to say, oh, the market is saturated with certain business ideas. But the market was saturated with hair growth oils when I started. The thing you have to do is make sure that yours stands out. What niche are you going to supply? You have to have that down. How is your product going to help people? And try to focus on that, because there are a number of hair growth oils before I started, but I made sure mine actually solved a problem. I marketed it like extensively. So you have, and marketing is maybe 80% of a business, if not more, because you can have the best product out there and no one knows about it. It's going to stay in your hand. The business is going to fail. So I feel that, as well as the educational aspect of my business, is what has made it so successful. So I wasn't just, oh, buy this. This is good for. I told them exactly what it is good for, why they should use it, why they shouldn't use the other products that are out there commercially. So I think all these three aspects will ensure that you succeed at whatever venture you're passionate about, and make it something you're passionate about, so that it doesn't feel like a chore, it doesn't feel like a task. And that is important as well. I mean, it's true, we all have to learn to gain revenue some way, somehow, but if it's something that you're passionate about, then it doesn't feel tedious to you, and it's something that you can enjoy doing. So,
Do you ever like surprise yourself at times when you're on Shaka working on something, or maybe you're the workers as well, and you're like, wow, I never thought that would have come out so good. So tell us about your kumbaya moment.
Yes. So I think it was a cannabis cream. Like after we made it, like when I passed it on my skin, I was like, baby, I swear that wrinkle disappeared. When I
one time,
like it was really smooth, and like the application, the finish, it was really, really nice. And a lot of people like that lotion. I think it cleared the shelves really quickly, but I haven't made another batch as yet. the marijuana is still cooking. So it's a very slow process where I infuse the marijuana in the oil. So yes, but yeah, that cream was really nice.
Interesting.
Yes.
Nice. What about disappointments, regrets,
Plenty, we.
any of those? Have you ever sat down and say, but why put myself in all of that thing there?
Plenty, but like okay, like I said before, I had to learn that failures were not the end. It was not something to just sit down and wallow about. It was something to actually use to do better. So there's something called a growth mindset. And failures are just opportunities for you to better yourself, and sometimes to even do something differently. So maybe the way you were doing it wasn't the best way. It would give you an opportunity now to try something else, try a new strategy. And so, like, I applied for a grant after the last one I got in October. I didn't get it, and I wasn't really sad. I was like, you win some and you lose some, you know, and maybe it wasn't the best one for me at the time, but if they have it again, I will apply again, you know, and try something, do it in a different way. So failures will come, that is inevitable in life, but it's how you use them to sort of propel you and to make you a better person.
So Nigel, our good friend Sandra Norris is saying, I met Jodie during Creole Festival season a few years ago, and I followed her since she's such a beautiful and pleasant woman. I look forward to seeing what else she comes out with. Let me tell you something, she'll surprise us. She'll surprise us.
She will. I mean, the kinds of things that she's been doing, she will. I love the way like she's been marketing her stuff and, as you say, making it fun, making it light, but still providing the information to everybody else. You're now dabbling into soaps and stuff you mentioned, so that's a new thing coming.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. So basically, you have what? You have oil, shampoos, conditioners, skin products.
We have the skin products. Yes.
I know we have run out of time, but hear what Cecilia Graham is saying. Wow, this is deep. Jodie, I will add you to my prayer list.
Oh, thank you.
And may God continue to guide and bless you in all your endeavors. I'm the lady who saw how you are so wise in advertising for others, even if they did not ask you. The BRAF. I don't know if you know about that.
Yes. Oh, yes, wow. yes. Yeah, so that's what I love when people try to do things for themselves. So I will just do a video about them and just put it out because I have a really wide following, and I told her it doesn't take anything from me to promote somebody else, especially someone who I see, you know, doing well, not even doing well, just doing something for themselves. I will push them out there and make the public know about them. So, I mean, we all have that civic duty as people live in a community to help each other out. So
we help each other.
Anyway,
this is the Easter weekend. This is the Easter weekend, Jodie. How important is spirituality to you?
Very important. I don't think all what I'm doing is by chance. I think these are talents that God gave me. And remember the whole parable about the light under the bushel? I feel if I don't do it, like I'm sort of slapping God in the face, because look at all what I gave you, all the talents that I've given you. What have you done with it? You know, so it's very important that I explore those talents for the benefit of the kingdom, because the kingdom is all of us. All of us make part of his kingdom. And if I'm doing something to elevate somebody else, then I'm doing God's work. So I think it's very important that we explore all the talents that we have to really move the kingdom along and be someone that can uplift others and really show his light. That's how you bring his light to others. So yeah.
Nice. I love that. Yes, somebody wants to know if you will start doing facial serums.
Yes, that's I actually have the formula, you know, but I wish I had a shot too. I wish I had 8 arms, but it's coming. It's coming soon.
So Winnie Green, hold on, it's coming soon.
Yes.
And is there a place in Roseau or Warner? Okay,
so at Zeb Creole in the old market itself is right behind the museum on the bayfront. So in that little building, right across ruins, right across Soufriere bus stop, at the back of the of the museum, that's where Zeb Creole is. Just ask for Anne Marie, you'll get all what you have to get there. And we only sell. So Zeb Creole is on my store. Eh? It's an association store. So it's our flagship store of the Dominica Herbal Business Association. So we have various vendors. We have over 50-something vendors, and all our products are local. So once you come into that store, you get everything Dominican, only Dominican there. Yes.
A nice package you can put together for someone.
Exactly, yes.
Beautiful.
What do you think of connecting the dots? Well, that's normally Nigel question, you know. Nigel, sorry about that. I see we end this asking
our
the
question. Our question.
What do you think about? And the calls are coming in, but we'll end on that one though. What do you think about connecting the dots? It's not your first time on, and I don't think it's your last time you'll be here. I know we have to pull you again.
Yes. It's a good program because it brings to the fore people who are Dominicans making waves. And I think it's important to share your stories with others. In that way, they can be inspired. You might have an idea and be a little shy about it, but you might hear of somebody else doing something good. It might motivate you in one way or the other to do for yourself and do for your family and community. So I think it's very important that we share our stories. We highlight those of us who are doing good in society, because sometimes we tend to wallow in the negative that's going on, and I think it's a breath of fresh air to really have people, you know, making an impact and sharing those stories, and, you know, sharing at sometimes they may not have started off successful, they might have started off with humble beginnings, but the way they have really worked at shaping their lives and shaping the lives of others is very important to us. So thank you again for having me.
I said it's another song.
Thanks for coming.
I don't have more.
Next time we bring her on, she'll do some kadas for us.
Yes.
Yeah, next time she'll do some kadas for us and more. But Jodie, it was really a pleasure having you on again.
Thank you.
Just a breath of fresh air. You coming in here with that big bag, Nigel. By the way, Coco said in that bag as I said.
The bag are laughing in it, but I will bring something for you. Or pass by Zeb Creole afterwards.
Well, I'm always there. I'm always there.
Yes,
Something
yes.
for you.
I'll also send something for Nigel.
So what about the other person now?
You'll get it. Once you come down, just check me. We'll organize you.
But it was really
We'll
a pleasure.
organize that.
And
Yes,
we had your mom on already. Right, Nigel, remember when you had Mrs. Dublin?
Yes.
Yeah, what a wonderful program that was.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was really a pleasure to
I
have
think
you.
the last guest, I think she mentioned my mom's name as well as one of her favorite
Yes, she
teachers.
did.
But only
Yes.
not only one. Okay, and there were other guests.
Oh, yes.
who would have mentioned my Dublin.
Okay,
you know,
okay,
on
nice,
prior
nice,
programs.
nice.
So really enjoyed this. I would just sit there and just listen to Jodie talk. Nice.
I would too. And then if all the other questions and all the other things and the other areas people want to cover. But I mean, you know, thank you so much for gracing us.
It was my
presence and
pleasure.
for connecting with us today. We
Yes.
appreciate it. Continued blessings, my dear.
Thank you.
You know, wish you nothing but just success, man.
Yeah, success.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow, and stay grounded in family, in community,
Oh, yes.
in nature and everything. But that's in your DNA. So
Yeah, it is.
It will stay there for a long time. Thank you so much,
It
Jodie.
is. You're most welcome. I appreciate you for, you know, just calling me to share my story. So thank you so much.
Yeah. But Nigel, we go to in Dominica, you know, I tell you, there's so much talent in this country.
We have so much, man. We have so much to offer, you know.
Wow, and just see what a
We
young
have
lady
so
is
much to
doing.
offer. We have to start believing in ourselves a lot more.
definitely.
There's a lot to offer.
Definitely.
Yes, we do.
And my fault, Nigel, I just want to stay there still. Anyway,
Well, I can stay
there's
there.
another
I can
program.
stay there with you.
Man, there's another program. But Jodie, thank you. Thank you
so much. You're
so Nigel,
welcome.
next week we're going to bring in a man or men, because for the past like 8, I've been checking.
Well, I mean, you know, it
6.
was Women's Month.
Yes.
I mean, we extended it.
The Women's Month.
Yes.
You know, so
We'll bring in a guy.
Have, well, you know,
We'll
as a
bring in a
man,
guy.
we have no problem with sharing the women.
We'll
We
bring in a guy
appreciate
next
that,
week.
yeah.
We'll bring in a guy next week. Okay. All right, but all the best.
Yes, thank
Take
you
care,
so
Nigel.
much. Same to you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Okay then.
All right, have a good one then.
Major mistake.
Yes, sir. It's all about